Today we're looking at the 1830 40 franc gold coin from France, a remarkable piece from the reign of King Charles X and one of the final large denomination gold issues of the Bourbon monarchy. On the obverse is the right-facing portrait of Charles X, the last king of the senior Bourbon line. His reign lasted from 1824 until the July Revolution of 1830, which forced his abdication and ended the Bourbon Restoration. The inscription reads Charles X, King of France, and below the bust appears the name of the graver, Michaut. His neoclassical style gives the portrait a calm, dignified presence typical of early 19th century French artistry. The reverse design centers on an ornate shield bearing the royal coat of arms of France, 3 fleurs-de-lis on a, if this was in color, a blue field, surmounted by the French royal crown. The crown represents divine authority and legitimate monarchy, while the fleurs-de-lis have symbolized the French kings for centuries, signifying purity and their sacred right to rule. The shield is framed by branches of oak and laurel, symbols of strength and victory. Beneath the shield, along the side of the shield, is a 40 and an F for franc, the French monetary unit. Below you see the date 1830. To the left is an anchor. That's actually the privy mark for the mint master of the Paris Mint, who happened to be Jean-Pierre Collet, and he was the mint master from 1821 to 1842, so that's what you should expect to see on French coinage between those years. To the right of the date is a letter A that represents where the coin was struck. That just happens to be France's principal mint in Paris. The coin's edge carries the Latin inscription Domine Salvum Fac Regem, which translates to, O Lord, save the king. The traditional prayer for the monarch reflects the Bourbon belief in divine right. It's interesting, on some of these coins, when they rolled them, you might have got a section of the phrasing. So this coin, I don't think, has the entire phrase on it. Neat nonetheless. The 1830 40 franc is struck in 90% gold or 21.6 carats. It contains 0.3734 troy ounces, about 11.6 grams of gold. It's pretty good, hefty feel in the hand, slightly larger than an American quarter and smaller than a 50-cent piece. The Bourbon dynasty was one of Europe's most powerful royal families, ruling France, Spain, and several other kingdoms, but the name Bourbon and Bourbon whiskey isn't royal. It comes from the Bourbon County, Kentucky, but Bourbon County, Kentucky is named in honor of the French royal family for their support during the American Revolution, so the dynasty and the drink share a name, but not a lineage.